Hello everybody, I am the Outlaw and I'm going to cast a game here between some of our fellow players that we have grown to know and love. I today have a TVP between, in the right-handed position, we have the red Terran INF DarKAnGel, who is a Masters level Terran, and his opponent is the orange Protoss QC Truco, and he is going to be playing close by air on the Shattered Temple. This is one of my favorite maps, especially in this matchup. Not particular in these positions, though, because of Terran's propensity to go for Banshees. Banshees being so effective as harassment against Protoss. It gives them that little edge that they need in modern games. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Banshee play become even more popular because of how easily Protoss can keep up with Terran in terms of macro in the later portions of the game. Now we see here... now, I've seen DarKAnGel play a lot, and he did go ahead and tell me to cast this game for him, so I jumped in for it. Hats off to you. I've casted with him myself, and he's actually a really smart Terran player. He's got a little bit of an interesting style, and from what I heard, he plays a style that is not exactly completely 100% what people would consider standard. Now, Truco, based on what I see here, he is not chrono boosting his Nexus. So he won't, I don't think he will be going for a 1-gate expand, but never mind, there it goes. He is going to go ahead and chrono it a little bit later than usual. But yes, I totally understand that now. It is still possible for him to go for that 1-gate expand. Meanwhile, some interesting harassment going on. Truco is going to go ahead and, or Truso, whatever his name would be, I'll just call him Truco. He's definitely trying to harass a bit with this probe, get some scouting information. DarKAnGel looks like he could be going for some kind of early bio, but then again, it is too soon to tell. This is the standard build, so scouting is integral. He's actually not gonna do that well. This SCV is just kind of distracting the probe. Sending both to scout, that's a bit of a misclick. Let's take a look at what Truco, what I'm gonna call him Truco. God, I keep messing that up. But yeah, it's Truco seems to be sticking to the same thing. He's got his gas, and he's also getting a cybernetics core. Not too surprising at this point. And now DarKAnGel's finally going to get the scouting he needs. And yeah, he's going to notice, well, he's in the base. And is going to scout that that is a lot of chrono boost being used on the Nexus itself. So he should be anticipating an expand soon. Meanwhile, DarKAnGel now has his orbital command and is going for a factory. So there you have it. There's that factory. That's a very good idea. So he's going to go into some kind of mech play or possibly a 1-1-1. Meanwhile, Truco, whatever you want to call him, keep wanting to call him Truco. It seems like I don't even think he knows exactly what he's doing just yet. He's staying on his one base. He's now still chronoing out his Nexus, but he's not going for any sort of expansion, and he's not adding additional gates. He's going to go for a later 1-gate expand, not the 90-foot expand that players like Huck usually like to go for. And it's a build I like myself because it gives you so many good options. It's a little greedy, but it can pay off if you do it properly. And there it is, the 1-gate expand from Truco, finally going to go down. A little bit later than I would like. He did it after the Stalker because he really wanted to scout what his opponent was doing. He didn't want to fall victim to some kind of really aggressive barracks timing. And we'll see how well he peeks into the base of DarKAnGel. There are 3 Marines at the high ground, but oh, he's gonna snipe this SCV before it gets that bunker down. Ooh, he doesn't actually kill the SCV. But he can do some good harassment with the Stalker as those shields will replenish. If he scouts this reactor, however, he should know that a 1-1-1 is incoming and needs to put down some gateway units, or some gateways right away. And needs to move that Stalker. Ooh, unnecessary sacrificial Stalker. He basically did nothing with it besides a little bit of scouting. So DarKAnGel going for a 1-1-1 right now. I don't personally like this, and you see a tech lab on the starboard, so we are going to see something along the lines of a Raven or some Banshees as soon as possible. With the two refineries, oh no, we could be seeing something insane. A bunker is now going down at the expansion, so that's pretty safe. Or not at the expansion, but where the natural would be. Definitely to defend. Make sure not too much gets scouted of this 1-1-1, even though I think Truco should know it is coming. He's got a couple sentries, and yes, he has moved to 3-gate Robo, not the best defense. I think a lot of early gateway units allow you to hold that much easier. Instead of moving workers over, he's just going to start rallying all of his units to his expansion. Now Banshees are on the way, and a Tech Lab going down for DarKANGel as well. Is he going to go for tanks? As soon as he could probably afford them, he will go for them. However, he is momentarily supply blocked. A little bit of a misstep there. Oh well, never mind. His SCV just finished the supply depot, so now we see Banshees. We see... Any second now we could see siege tanks. And nope, instead he's going to go ahead and build that planetary fortress. And there we go. Now we're going to start to see Cloak as well. So he's going to open up with some Banshees. I think that this is pretty safe. Now it seems like Truco's build will pay off, as he did go for the Fast Observer. He might want another one if he does expect some kind of Banshees. But here comes the first Banshee, starting to kill some workers. It kills 2 workers. And 3. He can continue to harass. Maybe... Oh, now he's got 2 Stalkers right underneath him. He needs to get that Banshee out of there. There is also an Observer on it, so Cloak will do him no good. He should just decloak and run away. And now you see that the Banshees did a little bit of work, and we see he did overall manage to kill 6 workers. He's still wasting Cloak, not having the best game presence right now. But Truco, kind of thrown off. He's a little bit panicked. He hasn't sent workers over to gas. He's now starting to get another Observer, which is very smart, getting more Zealots. I still think a heavier Stalker army will help him out more in the long run. He is now getting his expansion, which is very good. That command center is almost finished. DarKANGel now starting to get more siege tanks. Going to prepare for a really good about 10 to 11 minute 1-1-1 push, which I've seen be very effective. He's continually making Marines. He is getting siege tech. And he's still got a few Banshees that can do a whole lot of damage. He's starting to move some of his units out. Now that the orbital command is now finished, we see that Truco is really ahead in worker count, but it is still the mules that allow him to pull ahead. They're actually dead even pretty much in their economy right now. And based on how they're... Oh, I didn't mean to disable sound. They're spending... If you look at this, you see that a lot more is spent in the army of Truco, which is crazy because this is a 1-1-1 build, but so much has been spent in the economy right now. If he pushed out, he may be able to do a fair amount. The Banshees are still in the top of the base here. There's not too much to defend it. He's going for Colossus. Now that's actually an interesting plan because... Oh, you found it right away. So now we see he has gone for another barracks. He should probably get another one ASAP. Thermal Lance and level 1 upgrades on the way for Truco. And it seems like DarKANGel has just gone for a 1-1. He's not going for any kind of all-in. Instead, he's just going to go ahead and continue to build units that he knows could do very well. I actually think that Truco still has an advantage here. He's got a small supply lead. And here come the Banshees again, but they are scouted right away due to the positioning of Truco's units. He had his Stalkers and an Observer right on this corner of the map, so he knew exactly when DarKANGel was going to go out. So very, very close. DarKANGel, he has killed 12 workers now, so that's pretty good. I still think that right now... Oh, there's no more Banshee harassment going on. Spreading up those Banshees, that was even more intense. I just barely missed it, but now we see, in terms of workers lost, 16. That's actually a significant difference. Now DarKANGel is starting to slowly pull ahead. He was behind. He's going to expand again to take advantage of that lead. Now that he seems to be pretty much saturated in one base, is he saturated in his main? No, he could afford to get a bit more, but that plus mules allow him to go a heck of a lot further. He's getting an armory for those mech upgrades and getting a third barrack, so we will see this transition into the 3-1-1 build. Thorzane makes use of this a lot, and that's a very, very good build to get. We've got a little bit of downtime here as both players are starting to macro up. Level 1 weapons upgrades are finishing. And it seems like Truco is going to go ahead and take out those destructible rocks. A scan going down now. He's going to scout out those the Colossus. So will he produce some Vikings right off the bat, or will he continue to get Banshees? Banshees are pretty good against Colossus, as, you know, they can't do that much damage against them. Now it seems like DarKANGel is going to go ahead and destroy these destructible rocks. Both players still very close. It seems like Truco still is spending... I keep disabling sound. Is disabling a whole lot... is spending a whole lot more now in his army. opposed to his technological lead. He's got a couple Colossus, so he thinks he can push out and do a lot of damage. However, this is a very mech-style build. Siege Tanks and Banshees, this will not work out very well, especially with this bunker here. Getting some Marauders now from a tech lab on both of his barracks. Continuing to get Siege Tanks, getting the Banshees overall. Just good job keeping up with his macro. He's not floating too many minerals. And still interesting positioning here. He's only got 2 Colossus. He's going to probably push out when he gets a 3rd one. But, oh, look at that. A scan. He knows exactly the presence of the army. DarKANGel is going to see this, but he's going to go right into Siege Tank fire because of, well, there is that one bunker that is going to go down, but look at this. The Banshee's now starting to do a lot of damage against the Stalkers. Without the Stalkers, there will be nothing for them to defend. Siege Tank's doing so much. And, oh my goodness, that's just sick. Not the smartest unit composition that Truco could have gone for. If you're going to see something like a 1-1-1 build, you're going to need some more Immortals to deal with the Siege Tanks. You're also going to need a lot more Gateway Sentry units. Colossus not going to do that well. And it's just a matter where you have to really out-macro him. So now DarKANGel is so far ahead, he's going to be able to just lift this base right over and make use of all that. Truco does get his expansion in earlier, but, you know, to be honest, looking at the workers lost, there's just so much in favor of DarKANGel. And both of them seem to be at the same level of skill, so I think DarKANGel is going to do a whole lot better here. DarKANGel should think about moving out at some point because he has such an advantage. He destroyed the entire army of Truco. Meanwhile, he still has his own. Look at the supply difference, 85 to 120. There are even some SCVs repairing the damaged Banshees. Siege Tanks more on the way. He did just finish his level 1. I believe that was level 1 armor upgrade, so that's very good for his Siege Tanks. May be able to make a lot of use out of them. Charge now on the way for Truco as Truco is putting down even more gates, realizing this is a really 1-1-1 style. He's got a little bit of everything. You need a really good gateway concentration, or composition to do enough damage. Sensor tower going to be there to scout out any sort of drops that could be coming. That would be interesting if Truco decided to go for some kind of warp prism play in order to get back. That's a lot of what great players do. For example, Liquid Hero does just that thing. Now, DarKANGel is so far ahead, he's going to put down a factory, 2 more barracks, 3 more barracks. So he is going to get a bit more Marines. And look at this, Siege Tanks going out of siege mode. He is going to push now to make use of all of that. And Truco just not doing well. He doesn't have a good unit composition. Colossus are not what he needs. He may want Phoenix to deal with some of these Banshees, or maybe some Void Rays, but Gateway units are the key. He needs to maybe even get some High Templar in there. DarKANGel even going to take another expansion. He may take out these Destructive Rocks, the gold, or may just float it up to this position here. And look at that. There's an observer that was thinking of maybe doing some kind of scouting, but he's not really going to use it at all. DarKANGel taking the middle map position, getting a huge position advantage. Scanning out, Truco realizes that this is the final battle here. Instead, he's going to push out, but that will probably be working against him. Siege Tank's kind of caught out of siege mode, but instead you see Truco is going to pull back. And now you just want to see DarKANGel slowly move his Siege Tanks up, keep some of them behind. And look at that, just a great contain, putting bunkers up everywhere. I actually think DarKANGel should have spread these out a bit more, but this does a whole lot. He prevents any sort of head-on aggression. Holy cow. This is turning out to be a really interesting game. DarKANGel just kind of dominates the whole time. And now we've got the standstill where Truco is just trying to hold on, but now DarKANGel is just about to finish his level 2 upgrades. Ooh, now a Warp Prism is coming into play a little bit late, but hey, better late than never. This command center moving up forward. Is DarKANGel going to put a planetary up front? Yes, he is. He's going to put a planetary fortress in the middle of the map. Oh, that's ridiculous. Just kind of guaranteeing that he won't be able to move up the middle. Planetary fortress push is hilarious. Banshees and now a Raven, so the Raven does have plenty of energy for a point defense drone. Now you see that we're also going to get Gravatic Drive. That's also really impressive. Gravatic Drive allows you to basically get that really awesome movement speed for the Warp Prisms. And this Warp Prism, though, is gonna be seen by DarKANGel. Meanwhile, these Banshees are gonna be seen by Truco, but honestly, it is not gonna matter. All he has to do is put down a PDD, and this is basically, this could be GG at any moment. That point defense drone can prevent any sort of aggression. Cloak down, and oh my goodness. Downing so many volleys, and there goes that expansion. That's too bad. There it goes. Meanwhile, you see an Immortal going forward for no parries. The Planetary Fortress doing some sick damage. Another Planetary is going to be going down. And these Banshees just clean up that expansion. At this point, there is no way for Truco to come back. He's so supply blocked. Meanwhile, he's also behind. He is trying to get level 3 weapons upgrades, but he has basically lost his fight for a while now. This contain is permanent. This Terran is just going to take the win now. He had such an early lead. Very good game from DarKANGel. I wish that Truco would have played a bit better, but DarKANGel definitely deserves this win. He's probably going to push out at any second, realizing that his army composition is so far superior. Truco is starting to get up there, but after this fight, even if DarKANGel were to lose this fight, he'd be able to remax so quickly because of his bases. He's got 3 fully saturated. Well, he's... Oh, wow. There was some Warp Prism harass, but it looks like that was kind of canceled out really fast. That Warp Prism could do anything. Right now, you see Psystorm and Blink are on the way. Yeah, that Warp Prism... not really going to do anything. And, oh, look at that. Trying to warp units in, but these siege tanks going to do a lot. Chargelets, though, do a lot of damage against siege tanks, so there comes the aggression. And he's going to have to respond to this with something. He may just lift up some of his buildings. That would be pretty effective, as they are only zealots. But DarKANGel decides, I can take the map. He's just going to go ahead and expand everywhere else. He realizes I could care less. Keeping his minerals down, why not? Take the map, bro, and there come the Banshees. Banshees just gonna sweep these units up. SCV is being pulled, they could care less. There's a siege tank to deal with the rest of those zealots. And it seems like one SCV was lost, but yeah, this is just hilarious. That Warp Prism realizes, well, I can do something, but not enough. He might need more Warp Prisms to drop around the bases. I mean, now it seems DarKANGel is kind of put in a rough spot. If Truco is allowed to continue to max up, though, he would do so much. Now is his time to strike. There's a scan going down, and feedback going down on the Banshees. Not going to do enough, though. The Raven could put down a PDD, but there's so many siege tanks that there's no way. Truco's army just gets evaporated. The supply now dropping to 94 to 154, and the Colossus are now swept up by Marines, and GG. DarKANGel playing well, just dominated the whole way through with that 1-1-1 style. Heavy mech build. This is a good concentration. And Truco just went about it all the wrong way. He could have won in an earlier engagement if he had a better unit composition, but going for so fast of Colossus works against Bio, but and just barely against a huge Bio army. But that is not what DarKANGel had. I think his scouting, he didn't really understand what he had scouted. I think the reasons for victory here is DarKANGel did so much better. He had the 1-1-1 advantage. Meanwhile, Truco should have scouted this reactor, and the bunker later would have definitely been a reveal that, okay, he's going 1-1-1. I need to prepare for this. But, good, well played by DarKANGel, and that's basically going to wrap this cast up. I enjoyed this a whole lot. Hopefully you guys did as well. I will see you guys next time. Outlaw out.